Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update before I did this little review. So, anyways, I started to feel worse, and then I had my appointment, and I got double the medication, and on Wednesday I started taking that, and it was really bad because, the whole month of May, when I thought I was improving and doing all this good stuff, I was getting inaccurate readings. So I had to get a new blood pressure machine, as well as do the double medication, and it's terrible because if the doctor had known a month ago that it was still that bad, that she would have doubled it a month ago. So, all because I had that awful machine from a flea market sale for $5. Still, $5. That woman should not have been able to take that $5. Like, seriously. Because there were all these times where I was having these symptoms, and then I would take my blood pressure and it would say like a really good number, and it's like, how is that possible? Like, it just doesn't seem very. It seems like a bunch of shit. So when I started taking the double the medication, it made me feel really dizzy and lightheaded, have lots of pressures in my head, and so, I haven't been able to do anything but just, lay around almost all day. And so I am still feeling those symptoms. They're just, they've been getting a little bit better each day, I guess. And so that's why I did not do a video for 2 days. And honestly, I would have liked to have done a video, and then also today as well. For some reason, I just started feeling a little bit better. I don't know what happened there. So, that's what's going on. And, hopefully I'm just gonna feel completely better pretty soon, because it's getting really irritating. This is obviously going to be a part of the moments of the year videos at the end of the year, if you guys know what I mean. So anyways, I watched this movie yesterday called Code Red. It's a zombie movie, and I just wanted to do a quick review. So, this movie was kind of like a video game movie to me, that's what it felt like. It started off with this really cool opening sequence where it's in World War II, it's Stalingrad, and there's zombies, and it's really, really cool, and bloody and violent and gory. But then the movie starts, and that's what a lot of these low-budget movies do, is that they start off and they have a really cool sequence, and then they get to the movie. Years later. That's always a big red flag with movies. They show something from the past, and then years later, the rest of the movie. And the movie's about this guy, and he has to go to Bulgaria so that he can find these unstable weapons that apparently they might be still selling illegally from Stalingrad or something. And the problem is that these weapons release a chemical agent that turns people into zombies. And the main guy, he is exactly like a video game character. He looks like a video game character. He acts and talks like one. He's pretty good, though. I kind of liked him. And most of the movie is very, very predictable and contrived, though. Because then, of course, there's a zombie outbreak. Who would have thought? And then the reason why the movie is called Code Red is because they declare a Code Red. Which is where, like, I guess they shoot anyone on site except if you're inside the militarized quarantine zones or something. I don't know. And most of the movie is about this doctor and her daughter. The doctor found out about this zombie virus, and she tried to warn people, but she got censored and shut down. So the guy goes and sees her about it and talks to her. And most of the movie is this. She gets separated from her daughter, and she is with the assistant who was helping the main character most of the movie. And then the main guy, he is with the daughter. He found the daughter, and then he's taking her to safety. And that was the best part of this movie, was like him and the daughter, who was really, really good. Both of them were really, really good. And they had great chemistry. In fact, when it started, I thought like maybe they were already father and daughter. Like, I didn't really think that, like, it just seemed like they had such great chemistry. So I thought that was kind of weird. But as the movie goes on, it just gets more and more contrived. Like, the little girl had this bully who threw spitballs at her. And what do you know? She goes to this abandoned school, her school, and she sees her bully in class, and she has to defeat him along with the main guy. The main villain of this movie is this guy who kind of looks like Hitler a little bit. Like Hitler with this hat on. Like, I guess a Bulgarian Hitler. And it's really weird because in most of these movies you have these villains who have some sort of a logic or reasoning to their plans and what they're doing. And this guy, he doesn't have any logic or reasoning. He's just, I guess he's in it for himself, and he's covering up how he helped sell these illegal arms. But every choice he makes in the movie just makes you go like, what? Like, what is he doing here? What is it? Like, I don't understand what he's thinking. He's a very, very typical, like, if you played a video game in the early 2000s, he's just a generic bad guy who's just like, he's got the twirly mustache and everything. So then, at the end of the movie, this is where, and that's another thing too, throughout the movie, there's not as much violence. It's very, very fake looking. You know, people just get shot. There's a tiny bit of blood or none at all. Or people will, have these horrible wounds and there's no blood squirting out or oozing out. There's just like blood that was painted there. It really takes you out of the movie. And then at the end, that is where it gets really bad. At the end of the movie, they all meet up again. All the main characters. And then the main guy, he gets turned into a zombie. And then the daughter and mom go off, and the military, including the bad guy, they just let the daughter and mother come through for no reason. Like, it's just randomly like, There is a code red, but we're gonna make an exception, I guess. So then, when they get to safety, though, the daughter gets bitten by a zombie, and she once again gets separated from her mother, and then she turns into one and dies. And the bad guy lives at the end as well. So yeah, very, very unsatisfying movie. But I would say it was okay. You know, it had its moments. It was pretty enjoyable up until the end. The opening sequence in particular was very, very good. Like, from the opening sequence, I thought, ooh, did I just discover a hidden gem on Amazon Prime? No. You know, they put those movies on Amazon Prime for a reason. So I would rate this movie a Pop-Tart. Just a simple cherry Pop-Tart. Because, you know, every time you eat a Pop-Tart, you always think like, this is pretty good or it's okay. But then after you eat it, you get a lot of stomach acid and you just feel like, why did I eat that? You know, like, that's what this movie is. It is just a simple little Pop-Tart, and it is not really that worth the time. Like, honestly, you guys think that this video is just short because I'm sick. Well, no. Like, this video is also short because there's not very much to talk about. It's just a straight-up junk food movie. However, I would recommend it, like, if you're a zombie fan and you want to watch more zombie things that aren't The Walking Dead, you know, totally give this movie a chance if that's the case. But if you're just really, really, like, you want to find, like, a hidden gem, an underrated masterpiece movie like Bully or House at the Edge of the Park, this is not like those movies. This is just, it's okay. You know, there were a lot of cringy parts too where characters said some really weird lines. I can't remember. There was one where, like, this guy said his sister turned him into a zombie, and then the bad guy was like, oh, that sounds shitty or something. Like, there were some really weird lines in this movie as well. But overall, I guess I enjoyed this movie, and I hope I continue to feel better as the days go on, and obviously keep on doing these reviews, and then get back to normal, because that's, you know, I haven't been really at normal since, like, February or March, early March, so I'm really looking to get this situation resolved and get on with it, because it's irritating. You know, it's not even like, oh, I'm sick, wait. It's like, it's just irritating. The fact that, like, I have to sit around and shit, and it's really irritating. So, anyways, go ahead and check this movie out, because it's free if you have Amazon Prime. Just know that it's not really that great. I would say, though, the little girl in this movie was really, really good, as well as the main character. So, it is worth checking out just for those two performances. Which, again, they're not perfect because, you know, they're not really big actors. They haven't been in a lot of stuff. So, yeah, but just go check it out. And so please like this video, comment, tell me what you thought of this movie, and then please subscribe if you'd like to see more honest movie reviews. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.